Hey, Donna, you already there? Am alive? Good grief. Oh, what a nightmare. Oh, mercy. I should have had a cigarette before I started. The real truth. Hey there. Give everybody some time to get in here. Lord, got a banana in my way. I haven't touched any of this stuff since I was trying to go live earlier. Well, I plugged up my Wi-Fi box, but it won't authenticate. And I have been on hold with Suddenlink ever since I ended my stream. And I can't get them suckers to answer the phone. And I realize I'm crooked. And I don't know what to do about that. So, y'all just have to see me crooked. This is a crazy time for me. It was daylight when I started. Can y'all believe that? Daggone daylight. Feed good. Yeah. It's on my phone. This is crazy. I don't know what else to do. And in the meantime, Lisa Jones. Hi there. I think you're new to my channel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I always love new people. Love my old people. Well, not that you're old, but the ones that's been good with me since the beginning. And man, oh man, what did... So Lisa, I appreciate you being here. Listen, you've never seen me. I'm not like Marfugal. We laugh, we joke, we talk crazy. You never know what you're going to get with me. We have Mental Health Monday, and I'm not quite sure what I'm going to call Wednesday, but I'm going to do more prepper stuff on Wednesdays. Tuesday and Thursday, I'm not going to be live. Friday is Fun Friday. That could even be some prepping stuff. Saturday is usually Slow Down Saturday, and Sassy Sunday is supposed to be topics that nobody wants to talk about. I haven't got real sassy yet. We always just end up talking. But anyway, you just never know what you're going to get with me. Now, I do have a computer that's at the shop. I do OBS. I do call-ins. I've done a little bit of everything. Only had my channel 3 months, but I've done my first show. Ended up call-in. But anyway, I started my channel because I wanted to do some prepping things. I wanted to teach y'all, I don't know about y'all, but I don't want to do without bread if we have a shit hit the fan situation. I love me some bread. So, not everybody knows how to make bread. So, in order to cook on an outdoor fire, we need cast iron, and not everybody's familiar with cast iron. So, I decided that we were going to go over some cast iron care, and we're going to make a pan of cornbread. I was going to do some Mexican cornbread, but it's late. Somebody brought me dinner, so I don't have to cook. So I'm just going to make this cornbread just to get it out for you all. Miss AJ, did I speak to you? If I didn't, I meant to. I can't see chat. And 3% report suggested, excuse me, in my earlier live stream that there wasn't any problem until I turned my headset on. So we're not going to do a headset. So I was going to have somebody in my ear so I could say hello to everybody, not miss any of my regulars, and be able to greet new people. But I can't see you all, and I'm doing it on my phone. The baby's got my laptop, my iPad. So that's why we have a little bit different of a screen. And I asked him to play his learning videos on my phone, and he says no, my iPad. Now he has a little Android tablet that has service on it, but it's at his mom's house next door, and she's YouTubing. She is from Guatemala, and she does a Bible study in Spanish through a Peruvian radio station and on Facebook. So anyway, I'll watch him while she does that on Monday and Wednesday night. But I didn't know if I would get into Adam's show or what I might get into. So I decided maybe I better get on with this, since doggone Suddenlink is not going to answer me. And, oh, thank you, Miss CJ. She just put the link down for me. I'll just have to get things straightened out tomorrow. Did get a call in the meantime from my computer expert, and he had to order a new case for all the inner workings of my computer. I guess the front somehow got smashed in and the on and off buttons wouldn't work. And they sent the wrong casing and fans. So he had to reorder, so now it'll be another 3 days. So it might be in Saturday. Hey, Jeep girl. Yes. I'm not turning on these headphones. I'm not doing anything. This is working. I'm not touching it. You know how that is. But I did decide while we were, while I was delayed trying to get my Wi-Fi going so I could really do a real show and not be interrupted anymore. And I'm kind of glad I didn't, because I still have to get all of that information, all that stuff downloaded so nobody can hack me. So that's a good thing. But I did determine while I was doing that I started mixing this up in this size bowl, but once I put the liquid, I need this size bowl, so that was a good thing. But I was trying to fix a recipe that I eyeball it, y'all. So I was just trying to guess and fix a recipe that I could give y'all an exact recipe. But let me see, we got 15. Still a little early. Nobody's expecting me. I did put it on Twitter and on Discord. Flying Turtle Japan just downloaded something. Oh man, don't you love the stuff that he shows you in Japan? I always feel like I'm in Japan. Every time he comes in, I see him, I go, welcome to West Virginia. Love his heart. He's a sweetheart. He's so good, that little kitty he is. So anyway, some of the stuff everybody can catch on replay. So while we're waiting on people to come in, I'm going to recap from that crazy video. I can't decide if I need to take it down or not, where you can't see me. Probably will. I use Hudson cream products, cornmeal and cornmeal mix and all-purpose and self-rising flour. I just think it rises better than anything I have ever used for my bread, for my cornbread, for my biscuits, for anything. It is not non-GMO. Listen, I'm going to be 59 in a couple weeks. You know, something's going to get us anyway. I'm a creature of habit, and I'm not going to try to reteach myself, because, doggone it, I make good bread and good cornbread. And I'm not going to try to change my recipes, because, you know, we may not be able to get non-GMO stuff if we have a wrecked mess in the world. So, you know, we're going to have to do with what we have. But anyway, okay. Here's what I do. We're going to get to the cast iron. And I had a real rusty cast iron skillet to show you all the first time. But I stuck this puppy in the oven with a little bit of oil on paper towel. Can you see how it's shining? Just on the paper towel, and oiled it up real good. And I put it in a 450-degree oven till it started smoking. Now, I left it a little longer than I wanted. No, that one was on the stove eye. I got it a little smokier, and I showed that. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on that mess or not. What I put in the oven was the muffin pan. Now, it had rust in it. I put it in the oven till it smoked. See, it's not very shiny. It's not like, this is what it's supposed to look like. It's supposed to be more shiny like this pan is. But now I season them before I use them. I put them on a hot eye, put oil in them, and get them smoking a little bit. Oh, wait a minute. I might have got those backwards. Did I get those backwards? No. That's right. So anyway, I will put that, I'm not going to use that muffin pan. I just wanted to get it out and get one seasoning coat on it because it was a little rusty looking. And I know I got a comment, never use soap and water on your cast iron. Well, I do occasionally. I just re-season it on top of the oven. I just put it on a hot eye, as hot as it can get, a little bit of oil in it, put it on there till it smokes, pull it off, let it cool down. Put a little more oil in it, put it back on that hot eye. Well, I'll turn the eye off, you know, in between. Put it on hot eye, let it sit there till it smokes. I'll do that 3 times. Now, my pans I have seasoned and keep seasoned I don't have to do that. I just heat it up, put the oil in it, pour my cornbread mix in it. Unfortunately, my best seasoned skillets is at the other house. So I'm starting fresh with these. But you can put them in the oven at 450, 500 degrees till they smoke. Take them out, let them cool, wipe a little more oil in them. Repeat that 2 or 3 times. Or you can just put them on the hot stove eye. Now, this all of my skillets except the muffin pan, you know, there's no way to put it on a stove eye. So I'm going to season it in the oven. I'll do it 2 or 3 times and then it won't stick. But the reason my skillets tend to become unseasoned is because I will make spaghetti sauce in my cast iron skillets. You can't use anything acidic in your cast iron skillets. And for some reason, when I make my sausage gravy, no matter how fast I dump that stuff out and try to wipe that skillet out, there is gravy that sticks to that pan. So yes, I do wash my skillets. I put it on the eye, get it warm till it's smoking, put a little oil in there, slosh it around. You know, it's fine. It's seasoned just fine. So it's not the end of the world. The only cast iron skillet that you can't save is a cracked cast iron skillet. Other than that, it doesn't make any difference. I've got one cast iron skillet, one of the best ones I have. I bought off of somebody that had been in a house fire, and the outside of it's all crackled around it. That sucker will make a pan of cornbread like nobody's business. So I'm not sure how much time we have, so we're going to get back to it. Okay, that was the cast iron. If you have any questions, put them in the bottom. Email me. The email is at the About section of my page. It's real easy. Just the all little letters, wvpreparedmind@protonmail.com. But anyway, I was trying to eyeball it, and I measured that. We got as far as 2 cups of flour, and I use self-rising. Now, you know, I run out of self-rising in one of my big old buckets, and all-purpose is all I have. Yeah, I'm going to add the leavening agents to it. Now, the one thing about good old Hudson Cream products is they don't have salt in them. So, you know, all I'm doing with Hudson Cream, let me look. I'm putting 3 dashes in it. That's all. It doesn't make it 2. Now, I did show everybody with fresh farm eggs that you do not have to store. I have left them out. Longest I've left them out is 8 months. If they are kept in clean nests and gathered immediately, they come with a natural coating on them. And as long as they're not left out in the heat or you don't find them for days, that's one of the problems. The chickens are running wild through the neighborhood. I live in a little housing development, and we have chickens running through the housing development. So they're laying everywhere. So she's not always finding the eggs when they're first laid, and I went through about 6 eggs earlier. I put them in a pint canning jar with about 3/4 full of water, and let me show you. I'll just show you. We'll just do one. Oh, I'll get those in a minute. I can just show you how we do it. Instead of telling you, because I don't know if you can see it from the other video or not. I just fill, and you got to tip it. I mean, don't let it just plumb drop down in there because you don't want to crack your egg. See, it goes to the bottom. It's standing on its end. Now, I was concerned because some of them are laying to the side, so I cracked a couple of those. Those eggs are just daggone fine. Now, this one I'm going to have to mark it because it's wet. It doesn't have its natural coating on it now, but I'm keeping them in the refrigerator anyway. I'm going to have to use it first because it will not last. All of these other eggs, they come with a natural coating on them. As long as you do not wash that natural coating off, they will last below 70 degrees. Here's my pumpkin. Can't see. Look at everybody. Say hello. Say it. They can't hear you. Say it. Say hello. Say, tomorrow's my happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
That's right. There you go. He does his tablet just fine. My iPad tends to get off of the page somehow. I don't know. Did I say that backwards? He does good with his tablet. It's my iPad. Okay. These are the eggs I cracked earlier to check. And I tried to show you, but I dumped egg yolk out. Okay, so now I whisked together the flour and the cornmeal. Now I need to whisk the salt in. That's all we're doing is whisking dry ingredients. When we start to get wet here, I'm going to show you. And this is going to make a big pan of cornbread. It's probably bigger than any of the pans that I have here. So to adjust for, I don't know, what is this, a 10-inch pan? I would probably do 1.5 cups of cornmeal and 1/2 cup of flour, 2 shakes of salt, and still 2 eggs. I always put 2 eggs in mine. But right now, I'm not going to dump any of this out. I'll just fill my skillet and then dump it out. So now I'm making a little well, and I'm going to dump my little eggs in there. Hang on a second. I forgot the milk. Now, my sister, West Virginia cowgirl, makes the most beautiful and delicious cornbread with buttermilk. Now, our grandmother and mother, if they didn't have buttermilk, they would add about, I don't know, 2 tablespoons of vinegar to regular milk and let it set a minute. That kind of made it taste like. I put so much blasted butter on my cornbread, it don't make any difference if it has regular milk or buttermilk in it. It don't. So, in that well, I dumped that milk and I beat my eggs, okay? Let me see if I can show y'all without messing this up. Up. Are y'all seeing that? I'm beating my eggs up in that milk before I start mixing it around. Should I have West Virginia cowgirl come over here and help me? Okay. Hang on. I don't know if I can tip this till y'all can. There we go. Y'all can. Now, this is not my favorite whisk. Don't go crazy whisking while you have a ton of milk in there, because you will splash yourself to no end. Okay. Now, the important part of cornbread, the ingredients, I'm going to set this down a minute. It's too thick. The important part is to get the consistency of the cornbread right. And I told y'all in the earlier video, this whisk is too tiny. I like a wider whisk to whisk up my cornbread, but can't find it. Don't know where it's at. So y'all hang on. Let me see if I can get any of this to where y'all can see it while I'm doing it. I should have practiced while I was on the phone with. Now look, what do y'all see over there? Pressure canner. Uh-oh. Now it's going to tell me I'm going to die. That's all I need. That's all I need. I've had nothing but trouble. It's just like the blasted YouTube gods or whatever. Not our precious, sweet Jesus and Father and Holy Ghost, that kind of God. But y'all know what I mean. To y'all that are new to me, yes, I am a Jesus-believing Christian. At a drop of a hat, if you need prayer, we will stop and pray for you. We'll do whatever we need to do. Okay, so what is important is the consistency. And you want it thicker than pancake dough or pancake batter. You'll see that. And I try to get most of the lumps up. A few lumps won't hurt anything. It bakes right up. I see that. Now right now, that is about the consistency of pancake batter. That's too thick. If you leave it that consistency, you are going to get gummy cornmeal in the middle. You want fluffy cornmeal in the middle. Now, you can always add more, but once you get it to this stage, you can't, most stuff you can just add a little bit more flour or whatever and thicken it up. Not with cornbread. So you just do a little dab of milk at a time. Okay. Can y'all see this consistency? It could even stand to be a little thinner. I'm gonna thin it a little bit. I'd rather have my cornbread fluffy and falling apart than gooey in the middle or thick and heavy. Okay, now that makes me happy. Y'all see this? See when I stir it? Well, this is my first cooking video, y'all, so it's another first for me, so I'm not good at it like the ones that cook every day. And I need a better setup for my camera. But can y'all see that? Y'all getting that? It's just a tad runnier, than pancake batter. That's what you want. Okay, now I've got to turn my eye on. Hang on. And I am going to re-season this. Let me see if I can move this. I'm going to re-season this. Y'all don't need to see me. Cornbread's what you're interested in. I don't want to burn. This is my mess. Let's see. I've got a black cast iron skillet. Excuse me. Can y'all see? Here's the eye. Let me see. Are y'all seeing it? Wait a minute. We'll figure this out. Oh no, I wasn't showing it to you. Okay. Now, whoops, break my top. My oven's already preheated to 450. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this skillet sit here until it starts to smoke. Let me see. I think this is the one because I want to season that one a couple more times. And this one's been seasoned a little bit. So hopefully when it starts to smoke, you all can see it smoke. But I don't get my cornbread and beans tonight, but that's okay. I'm going to, while we're waiting for that to smoke, here's something if you don't have, you might want to get. This is my newest cast iron pan. Because one of the next things I want to teach you all to do is how to make your own flour tortillas. It's so simple. There is nothing to it. I was a little intimidated in the beginning. But the first time around, they went absolutely fantastic. But you can y'all see that smoke? Can y'all see just a little bit of smoke? The heat. I don't want to burn myself. I'm going to try to bring this closer. Okay. Can y'all see the smoke coming off of that? That's how smoky you want it, okay? Just that smoky. And then you put enough oil. Yeah, I'm using regular vegetable oil. I don't like olive oil. Listen, I'm a West Virginia hillbilly. I cook it the way my mama and my grandma did, okay? So the oven's preheated. Your skillet is smoking. You put your oil in it. Give your batter one more whisk. Make sure it didn't thicken up on you, and it didn't. And dump it right in the center. Okay. Now that, I did put a little bit too much oil in it, but that's okay. That won't hurt anything. So the 2 cups of flour, 3/4 cup of milk and 3 dashes of salt did fill this perfectly. It's got a little edge on it. So now we're going to pop it in the oven. Oh, Lord, that's hot. Woo! Right in my face. And I probably put more cornmeal mix in it than, or cornmeal batter than I like to. Hang on. This is the other thing, y'all. If you do not rinse your bowl immediately after mixing your cornmeal up, let me tell you what, you will have cement in that bowl. I learned that at a very early age. So you rinse all that out of that bowl. And your whisk. Okay. Now, let me see if I can get y'all back up here. Since I messed up and put more of the, oh, I don't know, did I ever finish telling y'all that was my pressure canner in the floor? I've got my pressure canner there in the floor. I've got jars. I've got all kinds of, I've got the stuff ready to start canning, y'all. I surely do. Let me put my milk up. Okay, now I can read chat for a second. Okay, I was noticing, hey, Miss J Stone, I saw you pop up. I was looking at Florida Patriot 71 while I was waiting on Suddenlink, and I noticed that she's only 96 subscribers, y'all, away from having her 1,000 to be able to go live on her cell phone. So if there is any of you all, she is a doggy daycare, but she is precious. She talks about a little bit of everything. She's like me. We just jackers. Gift to gab, I guess. But if you all watching now or watching the replay have not checked her out, please do. I mean, she just needs 96 more subscribers. I know that doesn't seem like it's very important, but if it weren't for me being able, I guess I could have recorded it, but it's a little bit different. For me being able to go live, you know, I would have had to recorded this, and, you know, it's just different. It's nice when you can interact, because you don't have the live chat when you're recording, and the live chat makes it completely different. It really, really does. Even though I can't see it and don't get to look at live chat very often. That's why we were going to try Barefoot Lass. How are you, honey? Doing great for my first cooking video. Well, you know, I've been cooking since I was a little bitty girl, so I figured, okay, what is the difference? You know, I'm just going to cook. I mean, you know, I'm not scripted on anything. I'm not the high-tech fancy. Now I will get my OBS going back up. But, you know, when we do these kinds of videos, when we're going to be out cooking on the fire, and I want to teach you how to make the flour tortillas, and, you know, you can have breakfast burritos, or you can have, you know, can your hamburger. We're going to do that. Have tacos, soft shell tacos, if there's no stores and we can't get bread. You know, bread's important in my diet. We prep what we eat. And part of my prepping was, well, I knew how to make cornbread and biscuits and fresh bread, you know, rolls and dinner rolls and loaf bread. But I didn't know how to make tortillas. So I watched myself about as many YouTube videos as there were out there, and picked one of them finally and tried it. And it was so easy. I have pictures of my first tortillas. I was so proud. A lot easier than you believe, I'm telling you. And what a wonderful thing that is going to be, you know, to be able to have, you know, even if it's the tortillas, if you don't want to do anything else, because that batch made a ton. We ate a ton of them, and then I gave the rest to my sister. I never did ask her if she tried them, but they're really good. I could have made them a little thinner, but for the first time, man, I was impressed I mean, it's really not hard at all. But you know, even if you don't want to store cornmeal or have corn to grind, I'm not grinding no corn. Listen, whatever I've got in 5 gallon buckets that I buy from the store, and that's another tip. When you are storing any of your dry products, I don't care if it's cereal, noodles, cornmeal, flour, whatever you're storing, put that stuff in the freezer. Freeze it. They say 2 days. I freeze mine for 4. As a matter of fact, if I can ever get out and get that brake bleeder to show y'all how to dry can with brake bleeder, I've got 3 bags of egg noodles that have been in the freezer for 2 or 3 months. I checked them when I was down there. They're fine. But, you know, I take them out of the freezer, then I let them get room temperature, and then I vacuum seal them. But in case we don't have power, we're going to use a brake bleeder. And thank goodness to Central Florida Prepper, he told me that he does use for brake work the Harbor Freight, because I didn't want to buy a whole kit. I mean, my goodness, listen, I'm just going to be dry canning some stuff. I'm not going to be bleeding any brakes. Promise you that. So the only place I could find just a single brake bleeder without 15 different pieces to it and almost $100. I don't want to pay that much, and I don't want anybody else to have to pay that much. I mean, I know that everybody's, you know, typically on a budget, so it's $25 Harbor Freight. He said it's awesome. He's had it for 3 years, so his word is good enough for me. That's another channel if you have not subscribed. Central Florida Prepper, JStone78, CJ Blaze, 3% Report. Who am I? I can't, just about, listen, for you new people, just about everybody on my channel has a channel. So, if you all want to put on there, I have a channel, you know, for the new people so they'll know you have a channel, that's fine. And if you have a channel and you're new here, but I'm new here, I have a channel. I'm here because I was pushed up by Marfugel, and we're here to push everybody else up. He is right. The more channels we have, the more people we have spreading the word, the bigger the audience we're going to reach. Now, I'm not big on doing the news. You know, that's up to all the other channels. They can do all the news they want to. I get my news from them. I hate researching that stuff. I've done years of research, so I guess maybe that's why I hate to research. I just lazy. I just wait for them. But I like to cook. I like to prep. Prepping's a hobby for me. So this is fun for me. Sitting having chats, watching, you know, the chat go by and interacting with everybody and being just a chatty Cathy, that's fun for me. But I'll be doing more like, what do you put in a what are you prepping for? Bugging in, bugging out, a blackout bag, your first aid bag, your trauma bag, cooking on cast iron, cooking on a fire on cast iron. Those are the reasons I set my channel up. And for all of my original viewers, you know good and well, we have not been able to do that. This is my first real video that I could do that. So I'm excited about it. But I, you know, just haven't felt like it. After, you know, ending a day with my pumpkin, you know, sitting on that couch is about all I've been able to do. But I'm having a really good day, and I thought, what a better time than to make some cornbread. Thinking I was going to have cornbread and beans. Now, when you get your cornbread done, have paper towel on a plate and a paper towel to put over your cornbread and cover it with aluminum foil. When you let it rest, nah, I don't wait long. I go ahead and cut myself a piece, slather that butter on a big hot piece of cornbread. But while you're letting it set, that way if you put the paper towel above it, under it, and on top of it, it doesn't sweat and you don't get soggy cornbread. Another thing, if you forget and leave your cornbread out, if you think you're going to eat the whole loaf for, you know, a big family dinner, and you've left it out and it's hard as a rock, let me tell you what you do. You just put a little bit of water, sprinkle a little bit of water on top of that cornbread, And if the bottom's hard, do the same thing. Just a little bit, just enough to barely make it, that you can feel the film of water on top of it. Wrap that sucker in aluminum foil, pop it in the oven, boom. Just like fresh baked cornbread. Not hard at all. I did that. Tried it. It worked. That's all I know. Actually, I left it out overnight. Leaving it out overnight is not going to hurt you. Those eggs are baked. Not going to kill you. You're not going to get salmonella. As long as you baked it. Now, I'm worried about this pan of cornbread. I shouldn't have put all of that batter in there. This is going to be a thick pan of cornbread. So, I like to fill my pan about half full. Is what I typically do. But I was running my mouth and really not paying a whole lot of attention. Okay, so got my tortilla cast iron on Amazon for a little bit of nothing. Did it mess up on you again, Punky? We'll fix it. We'll keep it. Oh, you're trying to write something. Let's discard that. No, get out of the flour. I keep a working, I'm a big proponent on, here you go, darling. Rotate your food. Only store what you eat. So we have working tubs of sugar and flour and cornmeal, and the flour is self-rising and all-purpose. And you use the whole bucket. You don't start freezing your flour and, when it gets halfway full, dump a few bags on it. Because then your flour at the bottom is going to be old. So finish all the way through a bucket. Start buying your flour to refill it. I think it's 30 pounds. Oh my goodness, y'all. Hold on. I've got to go get a charger. I'm going to lose y'all. Yeah, it's gonna die on me. Yeah. Okay. I'm back. Now, if I can find the right cord. Oh, nope. It's his. And yeah, it's on the right side. Woohoo! Tuned in and turned on. There we go. I'm not gonna lose anybody. Chicken cornbread. Oh my goodness, y'all are not gonna believe this. That cornbread's almost done. It don't take cornbread long. It's already browning. Now this oven, I think, cooks a little more than the one I got used to cooking on. Even though I've had this one for several years. This is the first pan of cornbread I've made. But it is already a little golden brown on the top. Let me tell you, see, that doesn't take long. But you're cooking it on high. Let me get my plate ready. I almost stepped on you, Punky. Okay. And I'm hoping that I got that. See, I start my plate with my paper towel on it. I'm hoping I got that. No, get out of there. That's the cornmeal. Can't play in that. Skillet seasoned well enough and it doesn't stick. I'm gonna be so aggravated. My regular, I have one skillet at the other house, and I'm gonna do this one the same way. That the only thing I cook in that skillet is cornbread. And that's because it just pops right out. It's perfect every time. No, you cannot be in those things. No, no. Nope. He's wanting to play in the cornmeal and the flour. I already had it out in the bowl, measured it for y'all earlier. I should have, yeah, it's flour. No, that's cornmeal. I should have put them up, but I didn't. I just pulled them out to cook with. But I would, for that skillet, let me go back to that before I forget. For that 10-inch skillet, I would cut it back to 1.5 cups of cornmeal and 1/2 cup of flour and 2 shakes of salt. Not the salt if you're not using Hudson cream. I've never added salt to any cornmeal mix or self-rising flour except Hudson cream. So you do want to add a little bit of salt to that. But I would cut it back. I mean, it's fine. I'm just worried about what it's going to be. Did it really get done in the middle? So that's why, one of the reasons I cut the temperature back. Actually, I'm going to cut it back. This is another trick. If you get too much cornmeal mix in your skillet, cut your heat down and slow up the baking process. And just watch the top and make sure the top doesn't get too, the one thing I didn't do was check. Yeah, it's in the middle of the oven. It's getting awful pretty, y'all. Let me check it. Nope, it's not done in the middle. I got it too thick. So I put it down to 400. I did get it too thick. So try not to fill your skillet like I did. Leave your skillet about halfway full of your cornmeal mix. Do not fill it as much as I did. I got a bunch more in there. Don't know what that was. I don't know what that was. That was a message, but I'm live on the phone and I can't check it. I don't have Discord on anything else. So, but we're gonna leave this cornmeal a bacon. Let me see if I can off here and see if I've got any questions I can answer. I can smell that cornbread. Let me tell you what though. Let me see how far I can go back. See if I can see anything I can answer. But I am so afraid. Everybody's saying welcome, Josh. So do we have a new Josh? That's awesome. Just me. Hi there. Welcome, welcome. Listen, y'all. It was, last I looked, about 130 new subscribers. We've got new folks to hang out with us. Now, for my new folks, usually I'm way later. If Adam's not on, if Marfugal TV is not on, then we don't go live till about 10 or 11 o'clock and do a late night show on Sunday and Monday night. And then if, thank you, Chase Dane. Then if he is on and it's not too late. Hi there. The baby's mama come after him. I'm doing a video making cornbread. And he's, y'all hold on one second. Here, baby. Come on. I changed his light. Oh, didn't get to change his light because he wasn't wet when he got here. Mama wants you to come. Mama wants you to come. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, baby. And then tomorrow I decide what you want to do, and we'll do something for his birthday tomorrow evening. Even if it's get pizza or it doesn't make any difference. You play them, you can take. You want to take those, but you won't have any to play with if you take them. You never make it back with anything. I'm making cornbread. I was hoping it was done. I'm just going to get some cornbread. When it gets done, I'll bring it time. It's not in bed. I filled my pan too full. Where's the shoes? Let's go back. Well, I don't mind if you don't want to go, but just keep it in. Oh, I gotta pick up the shell later. Oh, okay. Oh, well, cornbread will be done by then. Okay. Okay, that'll work. I'll be back. Alrighty. Thanks. Well, wait a minute. He might have changed his mind. He heard you say you were going bye-bye. But yeah, I'll get you some cornbread. I'm checking it now. I got it too full. Man, if I've ruined this cornbread, I'll tell you what's going to happen. I'm going to get it done filling it too full, and then my bottom's going to burn. Did you find his shoes? Yes, I did. Okay. I am so worried about this cornbread. You know what? If I've ruined this cornbread, Sonia, I'm going to dump it out and make another pan. I'll just dump it out and make another pan. All right, Maggie. Yeah. not done. I might have to dump it out and make another pan. I used your eggs in it. I'm almost out. I love those eggs. All right. Well, if you want me to keep him later or whatever, it don't matter. But I'll bring you cornbread when I get it done. If I don't burn the bottom.
Okay.
If I do, I'll redo it. Back. See, this is real life here, y'all. Real life. We just do real life. I swear I'm afraid that cornbread ain't gonna get done. Wouldn't you know it? Me talking, running my mouth. But you know, it wouldn't have been any fun if I wasn't running my mouth. Let me see. See what we got going on here. Let me check it out. I don't know, y'all. I'm gonna show it to you. Ah! Sorry. I didn't mean to throw you in the floor. See, when I poked on it, how it popped out here. So the center's not done. Now, the edges are... Wait a minute. I gotta prop my... I'm not going to eat a whole pan of cornbread, and neither will she. So what I might do is just cut the center off. Listen. It's going to be this way when we cook on fire. I can't believe I was talking and did that, though. Cannot believe I did that. I'm afraid I'm burning the bottom. I wish we had smell-o-vision. I'm anxious to see if I got my skillet seasoned good enough. That's okay. If you just use the same pan for your cornbread over and over and over, let me tell you, my other one, I stuck that in the bottom of it and it would have popped right out. Yep, just one place stuck right in the center. That's not bad at all. Because I only seasoned this twice. I'm trying to loosen it at the knife. Yeah, it stuck just a little bit. Just a tad. That's not bad. Get my plate over here. Then I'll show y'all what I'm going to do. You can always salvage cornbread. Let me tell you. This is a big hunk of cornbread, y'all. And I broke it in half. Oh, I sure did. Broke that puppy right in half. Yeah, and the inside of that was nowhere near done. But this is the side that is done. Yum. Pinch off a piece. Look at that. Can you see how fluffy it is in there? Fluffy cornbread. Oops. Yum, yum. See that steam? Ooh, it's hot. Okay, now, let me show you. This is the only way to learn. I knew what was going to happen once I realized. Why did I know what was going to happen? Because I've done it before when I was younger learning. Let me show you what happens when you feel... Where's my... Oh. Fill your pan more than half full. Learn from my mistakes. That's what I said when you start baking bread on fire. Look at this lava flow. See, it cooked on the outside, but it didn't cook in the center. Too much. Had too much in there. And that's a done piece down in that. All the way around it's done. It's just the very center that didn't get done. So don't fill it more than half full. I knew that was a big old mistake. That's okay. That's how we all learn. That stuff, and actually you could even put it back in the oven and it'll finish baking. It won't be pretty, but it'll finish baking. Yes, it absolutely will. But, you know, I like a nice crust on mine. I'm just going to break it off. Woo, it's hot. That stuff is hot, hot, hot. Should get a knife. In case y'all couldn't see. Oh, and I wish you could smell it. You couldn't see with that little bitty piece. See how fluffy? Look at that, how fluffy in there. the reason that's fluffy is because it was a little thinner than pancake batter. If you don't get it just a little bit thinner than the pancake batter, then it's not fluffy. If it's too thin, it's gummy. So you just have to practice. Okay, so I'm gonna put my paper towel on top of it, just like I told y'all. And I'm gonna cover it with aluminum foil so it don't dry out. But I left that little piece out. I'm gonna get me some bread. And I'm gonna be, I went to the store today, didn't know it was out of aluminum foil. Doggone it, don't you hate it? But usually it's not enough to do what you want to do with it. At least I had enough to cover my cornbread. But you just cover it around it with that paper towel on it. Don't get soggy. Keeps it moist. You have to, oh, and you have to take a paper towel underneath your plate. Unless you have a bigger piece of aluminum foil that'll go around it. Now I need some butter. Let's see, did I leave any out? Oh, I did leave some out. I'm gonna let y'all, that's another thing for the new members. We are always eating and snacking. Listen, gotta eat and snack. Got to eat and snack. Let me tell you. And yes, it's real butter. It's not margarine. That is the one thing I will do. It's still warm enough. It's melting that butter. See that? So it don't matter if the center's not done. Outside of it's still good. Needed those beans, what I need. Yep. Tastes just fine. Excuse me. With my full mouth. Okay. Let me see. I'll have to move my charger. While we're live, may as well chat a bit. We can recap. Excuse me, recap if anybody missed anything. I'm gonna turn the oven off and leave that half cooked piece of cornbread in the oven. Okay, so to recap, if you have muffin pans, whoops, like this, what happened? Cut those in oil, cooking oil, whatever kind of cooking oil you like, and put those in the oven till they're smoking. Take them out, let the smoke, let them cool off, then do it again. Do that 2 or 3 times. With a cast iron skillet, I do it on the stove top. Put a little bit of oil on a paper towel, rub it around it, put it on the stove eye till it smokes. Take it off, let it cool a little bit, do it again. And then before I pour, or put anything in it, I was wondering what I was hearing. Baby left the iPad going. For my cornmeal, I put it on the eye, let it smoke, put the oil in it, and then pour the batter. Or my fried potatoes, or whatever it happens to be. Good grief. There we go. Whatever it happens to be, then I put it in the skillet. Now that one was just seasoned twice. And it was not a heavy duty seasoning either time. So it's seasoned twice. And I want to go outside. We're going to sit outside. If I can get y'all out of the light. We haven't sat out on the porch and had a chat in a while, y'all. Gosh, it's been a good while. Actually, it might have been since my first live. Do y'all remember that? First live turned into a first call-in show. And I modded, for all you new people, I modded a troll. That was funny. And no, I do not think anybody that wants to come and sit and watch my show and not participate in chat, I do not think you're trolls. I still watch all kinds of channels. Sometimes I'm just tired. I'm gonna have a smoke, y'all, because we have been on here for 55 minutes, and I thought if I could just go an hour. I don't even know what time it is. Can somebody tell me what time it is, Eastern Standard Time? See, now I could go live on my iPad, use my phone. 9:40. Oh, perfect timing for Marv. So, and we never know what kind of technical difficulties he's going to have. But, I ate that cornbread, now I want a cigarette. So, going to have a cigarette. Listen, y'all. Can you hear the crickets? We got to enjoy it now because, man, I should have come out here when it was still daylight. We're not going to have a leaf on a tree in 2 weeks. This is so soon. I know I'm off kilter with y'all. Let me see if I can get myself a little more centered. How's that? But I can't see chat. I'm sorry. I was looking at chat. Can't see. It's 2:40. Oh my gosh. See, y'all still have the rest of the afternoon and evening. It's bedtime here for us on the East Coast. We've done that a full day. So I was grocery shopping. I know. I was taking a shower at 2:40. And then I went grocery shopping. Man, did I need to go grocery shopping. But the baby will be 3 tomorrow, but we're not doing his party till Saturday. But you know, Nana has to have a party for that baby. Listen, he's not going to have a birthday, even whether he realizes it or not, it's his birthday. I know it's his birthday. So his mom is going to come over and his brother and then his sister, and we'll do something. I don't know exactly. We'll do pizza. Bought some pork chops today. Could fix everybody a pork chop. I don't know. Depends on how I feel tomorrow. What time she gets home from work and how that baby has run me to death. What has gone on with him. But now, you know, Scott Rogers got him to say, listen. So now he says, listen. The wind blew yesterday and some leaves went flying. He went, listen, wind. Now, for you new people, I've got some things I didn't even know I said. Had no idea until my viewers every night started popping it up, telling me what I say. But I can have anywhere from 40 to 60 people, regular or night. I am earlier than usual. I know my regular crowds used to me being later, but I started that cornbread thinking I was going to have that sucker for dinner. No, that didn't happen. That was a hot mess. I know some of you saw it. Good grief. I don't know. I can't decide whether to take that video down or not because I showed the rusty pan. I don't know if it was blurred and y'all couldn't see it. I haven't got to watch that video. It's on the phone, dag blasted internet provider. I'm telling you what's the truth. But, oh gosh, guess what I found out today? I have local fans. Can you believe that? I haven't met any of them. But, my son was out today, and a girl walked up to him he hadn't seen since high school. And they were just, you know, hey, how are you? Hadn't seen him forever, blah, 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 blah. And she went, oh, by the way, I love your mom's YouTube channel. I laughed so hard. I don't know if it embarrassed him or not, but, you know, if you're laughing with me, that's great. But listen, if you're laughing at me, that's great too. Life is so... Sometimes we just get so caught up in it. And y'all have seen me. You know, from the beginning people. Y'all seen me just this week. Life caught up with me. Which is not a normal for me. But if I can make you laugh in any way whatsoever, or smile, I can't tell what this blasted line is on this thing. Golly, Ned. Me and electronics. Holy cow. I wish I had somebody close who was... excuse me, better at it than me, but he seemed pleased that he knew somebody that watched his mama. Tickles me, you know. I don't know who it is. If you're watching, you don't have to say. Or if you want to say, I always go through. I might not catch up while I'm live with everything, but I go through, I turn me off because I cannot stand to listen to myself talk. My mom used to say, oh, they just talk to listen to their head rattle. Well, that's not me. I don't like to listen to myself talk. So I turn me off and watch live chat and see if there's any questions I need to answer for anybody and try to remember. Sometimes I end up saying, I should have written that down. Oh, mercy. But my battery is going to die. So anyway, we got our cornbread. We made a mistake. I told you how to correct it. That's what's important. At least I made a mistake and I knew how to correct it. Just take that center out. Just cut from around it where it's still fluffy. And then I put the other piece back in the oven, turn the oven off. It'll bake fine. It won't be pretty, but that cornbread will be just fine. Wasn't burnt on the bottom. As long as it's edible. Now here's when it's really going to become a challenge. I have cooked all my life on a campfire. Never made bread on a campfire. So I am expecting that we're going to be burning a lot of bread till I figure that out. And the only thing I know to do with that's throw it to the chickens. Sonia gives me eggs, I can help feed her chickens. But I love you all. I am so glad. Let's see. My phone says 46 of you are here. Now, I don't know if Jay Stone's planning on going on after Adam. I guess it depends on what time he comes on and goes off. But very often I'll come on. And like on Sunday, Monday nights, I'll do my show. And then Jay Stone 78 will do her show. Me and my mods will go into our Discord mod chat. And she'll have it on her speakerphone. And we all laugh and talk. And so that's a good show. You get to hear the mods. And mods make jokes. And get to know the mods a little better than just us